Hi and welcome back. This is a confession video. I've realised that after being sceptical, J&K Beauty has taken over my life, and now most of my brands that I love and use every single day come from Far East Asia. It's not really surprising actually when you consider that I love lightweight hydrating products that I can layer on. Suddenly, having been a journalist probably 5 or 6 years ago and writing about this wave of Korean and Japanese beauty that was going to come across and take over our lives, and us all being sceptical in the West, we suddenly are in love with it. I'm going to start by being really honest about this. Part of this video is sponsored by AHC, Aesthetics Hydration Cosmetics, and this is Korea's #1 most loved and trusted skincare brand, and this is their cult product. I did a little Instagram video about it earlier on because it's finally available on Look Fantastic, and I actually mentioned these products, all of them, when originally they were supposed to come to the UK as a sort of teaser, and then of course we've had delays because of what's been going on globally. They're finally here. This is the 12 peptides locked in microsomes real eye cream for face, and it was originally an eye product that they found out that all of the customers were using all over their face, and I'm not really surprised. It's a really beautiful, lightweight, 12 peptide rich gel cream that sinks in seconds. It's my perfect moisturiser essentially. It's a gel cream moisturiser. I feel like I'm doing it a disservice almost calling it a moisturiser because it's so much more than that. Absolutely loaded with humectants to lock water into your skin, those peptides, and natural lightweight emollients. It makes the perfect makeup base. No wonder one of those is sold every 3 seconds globally, finally available on Look Fantastic. But I am going to mention some other things as well. I had to mention that because it's the cult product. They obviously do the chicest, most fun sheet masks. Sheet masks have taken the world by storm, and that's all come directly from Far East Asia. And this is one of the AHC ones. This is the aqua lifting one. But there are lots of different ones to choose from. But actually the range that has sort of won over my heart, and not really surprising seeing as I absolutely love lightweight hydrating gel serum moisturisers, is the Aqualuronic, which is their range that is basically loaded with humectants, hyaluronic acid, obviously. This is a really lovely little daily lightweight serum. I love a serum with that texture. Super lightweight, never drying, never tightening. It simply gives your skin a huge burst of hydration and fluid and water, and then just dries to a silky finish. There's a toner in the range if you are a fan of toners. If you're going to be a K-beauty fan, you had better get into toners. This is a particularly nice one, let me show you. It's what I would call, it's interesting actually that it's called a toner. I would call it an essence really, because it's really beautiful, lightweight. Essentially replaces your hyaluronic acid. So nice to use. That's really, I can't let anything go to waste, can I? That essentially is going to come into its own really well in the summer. So lightweight, really beautiful. Could be used morning or night, a first step after cleansing. And then this I've also absolutely love. You know me, I very rarely use a product in a jar, and when I open it up you'll see why I've used it, and that's because it's a gel. It's that classic gel technology that I really love. It's almost translucent. It's certainly a sort of lightweight, pearlescent, really beautiful. I'd be putting this all over my face if I didn't have a face of makeup on for filming. Really, really beautiful, lightweight products. They are available at Look Fantastic. This is partly sponsored by AHC, but I had already mentioned them in my videos. The eagle-eyed of you will have noticed that I'd mentioned them, and that's why they came back to me and said, look, do you want to do the announcement? They're going to Look Fantastic. So there you go. If you go online, you're going to see a whole host of other products because they're huge, such a huge Korean brand. And they're all based in really amazing, hydrating, cutting edge peptide, microsome technology. So have a look, go online and have a look. And then what we'll do is we'll campaign to get the whole range brought over to the UK. But at the moment, available at Look Fantastic. So I'll put all the details down below. What other products have I fallen in love with? Well, do you know what? When I started to think about doing this video, I thought, actually, that was when I finally realised that actually J&K Beauty had snuck its way into my life, my routine really. Not really surprisingly, it kind of started with Hada Labo. which is actually Japanese, not Korean. And it's it's purely a hyaluronic acid range, and I really like it. That's the day one, that's the night one, and it is actually coming to Superdrug at the end of this month. It's a lightweight, morning and night, top up when you need it. I mean, I call it a serum, but actually it's probably a hyaluronic acid essence. It's lighter than that. Curel also has recently come to the UK, and this is a ceramide-based product. When I first started using this, I thought, wow, that's a light lotion toner. You'd never believe that ceramide could be in that formula. I've talked about this before. Hyaluronic acid sits actually within the cells of the skin, locking in water. Ceramides actually sit between the cells to make the cell hold on to water. But you'd never think a ceramide would look like that. This is the Curel Moisture Facial Lotion Enrich, but I actually love the milk as well, and I'll drop in a picture of the milk. Other things that I've fallen in love with, Peach and Lily is actually an American brand, but founded by a Korean owner, and it's a really lovely range. I was introduced to this by Renee Gothamista, and I really like it. This is their Glass Skin Refining Serum. It's interesting, AHC have, the aim is to give you choc skin, and choc skin is glass skin. It's dewy, translucent, hydrated, plump, glowing skin, which is what everybody wants. And this is a super lightweight, clear gel serum. I could just keep layering these on. I really could. I absolutely love everything about these textures. But it made me realise actually that I've been using some products for quite a while. So I was looking at some products that I'd used from brands. So Arborium is a Korean skincare brand. This is their spray to mask, which is a revitalising face mask that you spray on. And that's what I think that both the Koreans and the Japanese do quite well. They play with textures in a way to make things that are lightweight and easy to use. And this is a very interesting product. Let me show you. So you spray it on and it goes on super lightweight. You leave that on for 10 minutes and rinse it off. It's got a gum on it, so it forms a sort of gelatinous kind of super fine film on the face. And that's what I mean about playing with textures. I do think Arborium are doing really interesting things. And you know other brands that I've used and I've talked about a lot with Joe in particular, because Joe does like a sheet mask. OK is a Korean brand that's been around for absolutely ages and does lots of really fun masks. OK Life is their Instagram handle, and they kind of do, if you do like sheet masks, I use less sheet masks, I must admit, but they do really nice hydrogel masks. They were the first people to do hydrogel masks. I mean, the Koreans were the first people to get those really lightweight, easy to use masks. And then don't forget also, if you're being really naughty and you go onto Amazon, you can get things like this, which I think are really interesting. If you just Google J&K Beauty, you'll find so much stuff. This is K Glow's hand mask, and it's come into its own at this time where we're all overwashing our hands and using dehydrating anti-bac gels, which are alcohol based on our hands, which are really dehydrating. So essentially that's a sheet mask for your hand. Really good. They're fun things to buy online. And then this is really interesting. This is a foot peeling pack from Japonica, which is a lavender scented foot exfoliation socks. And I love that they make it seem so lightweight. Made in Japan, obviously. I have no idea what any of this says on here, but trust me, just because they're lavender scented does not mean they're not powerful. They're loaded with exfoliating acids and your feet will peel off 2 or 3 days later. And I want to finish actually with a brand that and I'm not even sure if this is still made anymore. I have a sneaking suspicion this packaging has discontinued. But I found it when I was going through my mask, and I think I kept it for best and then never used it, which is really stupid. Probably the first Japanese brand that we ever used, along with Shomura, who were the first people to use cleansing oils in the UK that just melt away with water. And Shomura is no longer available in the UK. I think that's such a pity. But actually, we never really thought about it as being a culture of different types of skincare, but they were the first people to get us away from cleanse, tone, moisturise. And I remember interviewing Mr. Shomura and trying those beautiful lightweight rinse off oils that just basically melted away into water and left your skin feeling incredible. We should have known then that the change was coming in skincare. Anyway, this is SK2. And I don't think they make this anymore. This is the facial treatment mask, but I'll try and find what the equivalent was. And SK2 has an active ingredient in it called Pitera, which is a really strong antioxidant, which brightens the skin as well. So that's just my take on little things. I mean, look, even if it's not Japanese, look, Beauty Pie Japan Fusion, one of my all-time favourite rinse-off gel cleansers, even takes its name, Japan Fusion, because I think what it's about is it's about a texture. It's about it. The whole movement started probably 20 years ago, and it was about us changing the way we think about skincare. It isn't just, you know, a cream cleanser, wipe off, a toner and a moisturiser, because they think about things in a totally different way. Yes, it's about layering on products, but I think the thing about AHC is it's about using steps that actually work, using lightweight, hydrating, moisturising, active ingredients that actually work, and your skin will thank you for it. I mean, I have got the most hydrated hands and arms in the world now, and I just wanted to basically have a quick shout out to some of my favourite J&K brands that I've fallen in love with. Yes, they can be fun. Yes, they can be fun packaging like Tony Moly, and they can have pandas on them, but don't dismiss them. Underneath all of that is some serious skincare technology and knowledge, and it's all about getting as much water and hydration and active ingredients into your skin as possible. If any of these are difficult to find, I will try and find swipe ups for them, from the most obscure foot peeling pads to probably, I think, slightly out of date masks, but I'll find the modern equivalent. And don't forget, AHC is all available at Look Fantastic. This is my ode and my honour and my homage to how much I have fallen in love with J&K Beauty. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon.